Fruity, 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 fruity.
Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. Welcome back to another episode of Fruity Fruits, where I taste fruits that are fruity. Today, I'm going to be tasting a fruit that came out of my $150 mystery box of fruit. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put the link up above and down below. And in that box, I received a bunch of seasonal tropical fruits, but I didn't know exactly what I got. And in that video, I mistakenly called one of the fruits a mangosteen, but as many of you corrected me in the comments, it was not a mangosteen at all, but a black sapote. Now, black sapote is actually related to persimmons, which we can find here in the US, usually in the fall. My dad actually had a persimmon tree when I was growing up. And he enjoys the variety called the fuyu, which is a little bit squatter. It's shaped kind of like a pumpkin, it has a beautiful orange color to it, and you can eat that one in a crunchy state. My dad actually prefers to eat them in that crunchy state. Now there's another variety of persimmon called a haichia, and it has more of a droopy shape. Now that one you cannot eat in its crunchy state. It is very, very astringent, almost caustic feeling in your mouth. It just tastes almost poisonous. You just can't eat it when it's unripe. Now that one you have to eat when it's very, very ripe. It almost feels like a water balloon. It gets so soft. And then you can peel back the skin and then you can eat it like a pudding. Now the reason why I mentioned the haichia persimmon is because the black sapote is similar in that sense. You must eat it when it's very, very ripe. Otherwise it has that same very astringent, caustic feeling, taste in your mouth. It's just really inedible. You have to eat it when it's super, super ripe. So I got my box of fruit 6 days ago, and at that time my black sapote was shiny and felt kind of hollow and light, and it was quite hard. And today, 6 days later, look at it now. Here it is. It is so soft and kind of wrinkly. You can even see how the bottom of it has kind of gotten squashed from its own weight. Now this is a really great example of finding out when to properly eat fruit. Now if someone handed me this, I would say, no thank you, that looks terrible. This is not a good specimen. This looks like it's too far gone, but this is actually how you're supposed to eat it. So that's one of the things I love about this Fruity Fruit series. I learned so much about not only the fruit, but of the world, but also how to eat the fruit properly. I also mentioned this because in some of my previous Fruity Fruits tastings, I don't think I got prime examples of the fruit. Oftentimes these are, shipped from faraway places, or they've been languishing in the fruit piles at the grocery stores. So that's another thing to take into account. Just because you've tasted a fruit and you didn't like it the first time, give it another chance. There might have been other extenuating circumstances that made the fruit not its best prime example. And now that I know that it's related to persimmon, I can see some of that resemblance, particularly in this leaf structure here. They are native to Mexico and the Caribbean, and they're also known as the chocolate pudding fruit, because what's really unique about this fruit is that inside the interior should be completely dark, if not black, hence the name black sapote. And then you just scoop it out just like you would a very ripe haichia persimmon. Just eat it as it is, just as a very soft kind of custardy pudding. Now, I'm very curious to see if this at all tastes like chocolate. I am skeptical. I know it's a tropical fruit and cacao beans, cocoa beans, pods grow in tropical climates, but is it really going to taste like chocolate? I'm going to find out. Alrighty, so let's cut the black sapote. Oh my gosh, you see that? It just went pop. Ooh, I'm feeling some resistance. That's probably the seeds. Okay, I'm going to keep turning it and going all the way around. Now, I've read that this can contain up to 12 seeds. So what I've been doing with these Fruity Fruits is I've been saving the seeds, and if you're interested, I'll be doing a little seed giveaway. So maybe if you live in a tropical area, or if you have a greenhouse, or you could probably do it inside, see if you can grow one of these Fruity Fruits. All right, here we go. You ready for this? Oh my gosh, look at this. It's just collapsing under its own weight. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is wild. Nature is so incredible. Look at that. Oh my word. So these are the seeds. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 black sapote seeds. And the pulp surrounding the seeds is what you can eat. Look at that. That's incredible. Isn't this incredible? Now on camera this may look black, but in reality it's actually a dark brown, kind of dark chocolatey color. Although I imagine as it continues to ripen it probably gets darker. But look at that, so beautiful. I love how the seeds remain embedded in one half, and this half you can see makes the complement. Wonderful. Alrighty, nature's chocolate pudding, let's give it a taste. Look, it even comes in its own bowl. Alright, I'm gonna scoop that. Look at the texture. The texture is very, very soft, kind of custardy, incredible. The skin is very thin. Let's see what it smells like. It doesn't really have much of a smell at all. Itadakimasu. Wow, that texture is phenomenal. So smooth and cool, not at all grainy, doesn't feel vegetal or pulpy, just very smooth, quite pudding-like actually. But it does not taste at all like chocolate, not a bit. It has a sweetness to it, not overpoweringly sweet, just a kind of subtle sweetness to it. The flavor is actually very, very subtle too. It tastes a little bit like slightly of pumpkin. So I think at this point there's almost this automatic connection between pumpkin and pumpkin spice, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that kind of squashy pumpkin flavor. Like if you've ever had canned pumpkin puree, that's a bit like what this tastes like. Or if you've ever had butternut squash that's been baked and roasted, it's sweeter than butternut squash or winter squash, but it has that similar flavor. But the texture is wonderful, much, much smoother than say like a butternut squash, which is pulpy and kind of wet and the water kind of separates from the solids. This is just homogeneous and smooth, and it almost tastes like fatty, like there's some sort of egg or butter or something kind of binding this all together, but this is just the fruit in itself. Delightful. I think a little bit of chocolate added to this would make it even more delightful, because it definitely doesn't taste of chocolate. It doesn't have that slightly bitter, coffee, roasted flavor of chocolate at all. Although it looks a lot like it, it doesn't taste like chocolate at all, in the slightest. None. No connection. Like blindfold, you're like, no. If you look at it, it definitely looks like chocolate pudding. Because this has a beautiful, smooth, kind of pureed texture, and it has about the same level of sweetness as a very ripe banana, I think this would be perfect for, say, like a quick bread, like a banana bread recipe, or a kind of fruit bread recipe. I actually have a double chocolate chip banana bread recipe. I got it from Smitten Kitchen, I believe. I think I'm going to try making that and substituting the banana with the black sapote and then adding some chocolate. Oh yeah, that's gonna be phenomenal. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope you guys learned something. Be sure to check out the Fruity Fruits playlist. There are so many wonderful, amazing fruits out there in this world. Also check out the mystery box video if you haven't seen that as well, because it's a really great box of just all kinds of fruity treasures. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for joining me. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!